Hi, Shomita Paja, Assistant Professor of Bengal School of Technology, Hooghly. Dear students, today I am going to start with the topic on subgelatin capsules part 4. Now I discuss about size determination using base adsorption theory. As a general rule, the smaller subgelatin capsule is better because smaller subgelatin capsules require fewer excipients produced at faster rate, require smaller containers and are easier to swallow. For a liquid, size is calculated directly from the density. Now, for a non-flowable material such as viscous liquids, semi-solids, suspension, solids, etc., the base adsorption value is used to determine the size of these materials. Now, the base adsorption is expressed as the number of grams of a liquid base required to produce a flowable material for encapsulation when mixed with 1 gram of substance. The base adsorption of a solid is influenced by such factors as particle size and particle shape, physical state like fibrous, amorphous, and crystalline form, density, moisture content, oleophilic or hydrophilic nature of the material. For base adsorption determination, the solid must be completely weighted by the liquid base. For glycol or non-ionic bases, weighting agents are not required, but for vegetable oil, soy lecithin, 3% weight by weight is needed to completely weight the solids. To measure base adsorption value, small measured quantity of liquid is added in increments to a weight amount of the solid until the mixture attains suitable flow characteristics. Now the flow should be even and continuous, not in globes. Globes means it is a lump of a semi-liquid substance. As the mixture tend to stop flowing, but proper cutoff should be exhibited when the stream contracts rapidly upward toward the spatula blade rather than stringing out in intermediate flow. Now the base adsorption may be expressed as the gram of base per gram of solid. Now base adsorption equals to weight of base divided by weight of solid. Now the base adsorption mixture is then milled or homogenized and deaerated under vacuum, and the density or specific gravity is measured as the weight of mixture per cc or 16.23 minims as volume, that is specific gravity or density equals to weight by volume. Now the density or specific gravity may be used to determine or calculate the dye size required for a given quantity of a particular mixture. Now the base adsorption value is then used to calculate the minim per gram factor or milliliter per gram factor. Both can be expressed as milliliter per gram factor equals to 1 plus base adsorption divided by density or specific gravity, and minim per gram factor equals to S plus base adsorption into volume divided by weight, where S equals to 1 gram of solid. Now what is minim per gram factor and what is milliliter per gram factor? First of all, the minim per gram factor is defined as the volume in minims that is occupied by 1 gram of solid plus the weight of the liquid base required to make a capsulable mixture. Now the milliliter per gram factor is defined as the volume in ml that is occupied by 1 gram of substance plus the weight of the liquid base required to make a flowable mixture. Now, the base adsorption value of a solid is lower the higher the density of a mixture. Hence, smaller the capsule size is required. Now, we discuss about production of soft gelatin capsule. The following steps are involved in production of the soft gelatin capsules. These are given below. First of all, gelatin preparation. Second one, fill material preparation. Third one, soft gel production. Fourth one, degreasing. And for last one, drying. Gelatin preparation. The gelatin and the liquid in which it is to be dissolved are accurately measured using a peristaltic pump or positive displacement pump into a mixing tank and mixed at 7 degrees centigrade in a mixture approximately 25 minutes per 250 kg of mass. The fluffy mass obtained is melted in a melting tank at 93 degrees centigrade under mild vacuum for 3 hours. The molten mass is inspected for color uniformity, and if needed, adjustments are done suitably. Then the molten mass are maintained at 57 to 60 degrees centigrade for film casting. Now, film material preparation. The various ingredients of the film material along with the drugs are mixed properly. Then the mix is milled or homogenized in a suitable mill. For example, homoloid mill, stone mill, hopper mill, etc. The purpose of the milling step is not size reduction but to break any lump or agglomerate and to facilitate complete weighting of the particles also. The smooth homogeneous mass thus obtained is then deaerated at temperature minimum 60 degrees centigrade prior to encapsulation. Now, soft gel production or soft gelatin capsule production. The soft gelatin capsule are produced by a continuous process which consists of first of all forming the cell, secondly filling the contents, then finally sealing the cell to form a complete soft gel. The operations are performed in a single machine, and according to the principle of operation, there are various techniques available, such as rotary die process, reciprocating die process, aquagel process, or the bubble method, etc. Now, degreasing. The gelatin ribbons used for soft gelatin capsule production are usually which lubricated with mineral oil which need to be removed prior to further processing. This is done by passing the soft gelatin capsule through a petroleum ether or naphtha washing unit. Last one, drying. The washed soft gelatin capsules contain around 25% of the residual moisture, so they are dried in a infrared oven when the capsule lose bulk of their cell moisture. Now we discuss about rotary die process, in short form RDP. This is the first continuous operation of soft gelatin capsule manufacturing process which was invented by R.P. Shearer in 1933. It has a negligible production loss and a field accuracy of plus minus 1 to 3%, thus a great improvement over the earlier process. Here is a schematic diagram of RDP or rotary die process. In this process, gelatin films are prepared on two casting roll which was lubricated and fed onto the two oppositely rotating die rolls with die pockets. The plasticized gelatin ribbon is congealed over the die rolls by air cooling it at 13 to 14 degrees centigrade temperature. Subsequently, vacuum is applied on the gelatin ribbons and it sets in the die pockets on the die rolls. At the same time, the liquid or pasty film material is pumped into the gelatin castings using a positive displacement pump or filling pump. Thereafter, two halves of the cell filled with the material are sealed at 37 to 40 degrees centigrade temperature by suitable heating the drums from the inside. Now this is also helps in cutting the capsule out into the trays or conveyor. Lastly, it finishes the soft gelatin capsules are then further processed before packaging. Thank you.